everyone. How are you all? Welcome, all of you, to this podcast, Upfront and Personal. Here is your host, Ananya, welcoming you to yet another episode. So, I hope you all are having a great day. It's 6:27 p.m. in India right now, and yesterday I spoke about my routine, and according to my routine, this is the time where I record my podcast. So, this is going to be a shorter episode, not because I'm busy or I'm preoccupied, but because I have a very prominent but a shorter in length thought to share. It's not very lengthy and it's not very uh, complicated to understand. However, it's extremely important to understand. So I have my vanilla coffee right here. I'm sitting in my bedroom, on my study table chair setup, and talking to you all as always. Uh, I will be taking sips of my vanilla coffee here and there because why not? It's evening time. It's super cold here, so you need to keep having hot or hotter drinks. I also have my hand cream with me that I'll be applying because uh, I back to back washed my hands twice in the last half an hour, and yeah, it's very important, extremely important to take care of your dry skin, especially if you're a dry skin beauty like me. Very important. So yeah, 1 second. And you might be thinking, why am I telling you all of these things? But I think that if I tell you about my setup and if you actually know where I'm sitting and what I'm doing, and it will help you connect to me and my thought process more. Anyways, sipping my favorite coffee, applying my favorite hand cream, I am very comfortable at this point. And this is what I want to talk to you all about. I mean, not really coffee or hand cream. I want to talk to you all about the idea of comfort. Yes, my friend. And if you are anyone who either reads a lot of self help books, talks to people, like has deep soul searching conversations with people, or even has Instagram and like to scroll through these pages, you will know that a lot of times from our moral science textbooks to our teachers to our parents to our friends to Instagram to I don't know what not, everyone tells us step outside your comfort zone. Step outside your comfort zone, be uncomfortable, and then you will achieve all your goals. Everybody tells you that stepping outside of your comfort zone is the only way in which you can achieve anything. If you're always comfortable or if you're way too comfortable, then you won't achieve anything. This concept of being way too comfortable is something that I understand. In fact, there is a very pertinent video which I think is extremely important at this point. I will suggest you that Lily Singh, one of the most famous YouTubers, has made this video where she talks about being comfortable and being successful. And she sees both of these things as mutually exclusive concepts. I think it's one of her most prominent and most important videos to watch. Please go check it out. It's not very easy to find. Just type one of these keywords. And I understand what she's getting at, that if you're comfortable, if you're too happy with your status quo, you would never strive hard, or you'd never try to break into and break the boundaries around you and achieve something which you think is unfathomable. If you're too comfortable in your skin, if you're too comfortable in your lifestyle, you won't do anything that will challenge you, or uh, that will cause an eruption in your lifestyle, because you're too attached to it. And I get that. However, I am not really sold at the idea of stepping outside of your comfort zone is very necessary. Hear me out. Matt Devella, another very famous YouTuber, I think he has over 2 million subscribers. He did a video where he embraced a new habit for 30 days and then told the audience as to which habit he will be inculcating for the rest of his life, or something that sparked his interest. One of those habits were taking cold shower for 30 days. And most of the people who say and who advocate that first thing in the morning you get up and you take a cold shower instead of lukewarm or hot water, because they equate lukewarm or hot water as comfortable, and cold water as something that challenges you, as something that you have to conquer, as something that puts you in discomfort, something that tells you that, okay, here is your discomfort and you need to embrace it because there is no other choice. They say that life is like that you have to go on and embrace your discomfort. I partially agree with all of these philosophies. I understand that whenever I'm way too comfortable with how things are going, I stop changing myself. I stop improving. I do the same things every day and think that, okay, this is going to be better and this is going to make me better. Instead of looking into the corners where I can improve, or where I can change my life for the better. Because I'm way too attached to everything that's happening. I'm way too attached to my routine, my job, my salary, all of those things. Which is fine, but acceleration and personal growth and personal improvement definitely important. Becoming a better version of yourself is definitely important. However, you do not necessarily have to be uncomfortable to do so. I say, instead of stepping out of your comfort zone, why not look at it as if you are expanding your comfort zone? Just think of it this way. I was taking my sip of my coffee. Wait. Think of it this way, that if you are a person who likes to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and if you know that for doing something, some other thing, before you get to the office, you have to either, whether it's workout or whether it's learning a new thing, or whether it's your side hustle, anything to work on something before your 9 to 5 starts, you need to get up at 6 o'clock. But you don't get up at 6 o'clock because 8 o'clock is way too comfortable and nice for you, and 6 o'clock is too uncomfortable for you. And if you go to that person and tell him, or if he reads this somewhere, that you cannot achieve anything till you are uncomfortable, what would that person think? That, okay, I have to get up at 6 because even though I'm uncomfortable, I have to succeed, yes. But what if he becomes comfortable at 6 o'clock? He'd think that, okay, now I'm comfortable. Will I not succeed now? Or do I have to keep upping my game so that I'm uncomfortable at all points to achieve things? Also, if you are uncomfortable at doing anything, no matter what, no matter how much success it guarantees, it's highly unlikely that you're going to do it for a really long time. If I am a person who gets up at 8 o'clock and I want to get up at 6 o'clock, I know in initially developing a habit, everything is uncomfortable, and I get that. But if I continue to be uncomfortable at that point, if I'm always uncomfortable when I get up every single day in my morning, I can only continue it for maybe weeks or probably some months at the end. But then I would want to seek comfort, because that my sanity would start depending on me looking for comfort. Because let's be honest, nobody likes to be uncomfortable. When people are saying step out of your comfort zone and here lies the success, I think that should be modified and be said that expand your comfort zone. Instead of being uncomfortable at getting up at 6 o'clock, try getting comfortable and getting up at 6 o'clock. There is a very beautiful Bollywood movie, Dear Zindagi, where Shah Rukh Khan, who is obviously a big superstar in India, he is playing a therapist to Alia Bhatt, who is another very famous actress, who is the main lead of the movie. If anybody doesn't know Bollywood, I'm just introducing this to you. Please check it out. It's a beautiful movie, Dear Zindagi. Over there, the therapist Shah Rukh Khan, he tells his patient, that we all youngsters, everyone thinks in their youth that till we, do a lot of hard work, be extremely uncomfortable, put us through limits of both our physical and mental health, physical and mental capabilities. Till then, we would not be able to succeed. If we get anything with less work, we think we do not deserve it because we didn't become uncomfortable to get it. He obviously says all those things in Hindi. But then he poses a question, and which I'm also translating for you, is that why do why does success and why do all of these big milestones in a life have to come through a really hard path? If you can achieve that through easy path, why not take it? Who do you have to prove that you have done a lot of work? And I'm not saying that be lazy. I'm not saying that don't be productive. I am just saying that don't think that being uncomfortable is the only way through which you can achieve success. The entire science and the entire psychology, the entire psyche behind developing a new habit is that it should become so natural to you that you shouldn't even think before doing it, that it is something new that you're doing. It is something that you have to do because this is work. For example, reading. You know, when I was in my 11th and 12th standard, I had so much pressure, and obviously 11th and 12th standard, you had to study a lot, that I stopped reading a book. I probably read like 5 to 6 books in those 2 years. It is something that I read in 2 months now. But, and after that, when I went to law school, I figured that I should start reading. And even though I had been a reader since I was a 10 years old girl, it was difficult for me to pick it up again. I remember reading Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini as my first book in my first year of law school. And then for 2-3 months, I had to really get into it. I was uncomfortable for the first 2 months, but I knew that this is the habit that I want to inculcate. And then it started coming naturally to me. If, 6 years down the lane, if it would have still been an uncomfortable habit or an uncomfortable exercise for me, I would not have been doing it in so much frequency. A habit or a good exercise or a good process, when it enters your life, if always the starting step of it is difficult. Whenever you start in any field, whether it's personal or professional or spiritual, it's difficult. But only the starting should be difficult. After a few months or few weeks, depending on what kind of and how rigorous that exercise is, you should come at ease. Expanding your comfort zone at first is difficult. But then whatever that thing is that you're trying to encompass in your comfort zone, once it comes under your comfort zone, you should start feeling at ease, and you should not feel like every single day while you're sitting down and reading that you're doing a job. Because now reading is your comfortable zone. Reading is something that you feel at home with. Similarly, in other things, whether it's waking up early or whether it's working out first thing in the morning, whether it's eating healthy, for example, I stopped having heavy dinners 6 months, 7 months back, since I started losing weight or since I started trying to lose weight. And I don't think I would ever go back, because I knew for a fact, and I've mentioned that earlier in my previous episodes as well, that I never wanted to crash diet. I wanted to inculcate a habit of healthy eating, and I wanted to change my attitude towards and relationship with food. So my mother was asking me, what if when you hit your goal, I want to lose about 20 kgs, what if you lose all of those 20 kgs, will you go back to having normal dinners as you used to before? I don't think I will be doing that. Not because I have a fear that I might gain all of that weight again, but also because now it has become my habit. Of course, it was very difficult. I used to feel extremely hungry in my starting, maybe 1 month. But after that, I don't even think about it. When my dinner time comes, I don't even think that I am starving myself. I'm actually not. I'm eating extremely healthy. But I'm not someone who now craves for a heavy dinner or sugar or junk food or whatnot. I just chugged my coffee. I don't know why my mother is shouting. Some water crisis is happening in background, guys. Pani means water if anybody doesn't speak Hindi out here. Anyways, so that's what I'm saying. That instead of being uncomfortable, instead of thinking, because it has a lot of negative connotation, this term, that be uncomfortable. Why would I want to be uncomfortable? Even if I succeed, I won't be happy. Working hard, yes, there is no shortcut to it. Of course, you have to learn a lot, you have to work a lot, you have to make sure that there are no stones unturned, and I'm all for that. I don't want you to keep taking shortcuts. But every success is dependent on a try that you give every single day. No success comes as a flashlighting. You have to work every single day towards that, to develop a talent, or to make sure that you have the potential, you make sure that you have those credentials to get that success, to get wherever you want to get to. But because you have to work for that every single day, it has to become a habit. And that habit doesn't necessarily always have to be uncomfortable. Otherwise, you will give it up too soon and you'll never get there where you want to be. So instead of stepping out of comfort zone, I would definitely recommend expanding your comfort zone. And if there is a habit that you want to inculcate, try and be comfortable at that instead of, being uncomfortable. Life shouldn't be this hard. I will leave you with this thought, you guys. I said it's going to be a very short podcast. It's going to be 16 minutes, depending on how much I ramble on now. I promise I won't. I'm going to leave you with this thought, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Loads of love.